You good?
Mibba's back.
Mibba's back.
Tell a friend.
Welcome into Broken Home, the podcast where being broke ain't all bad. I am your host, Jeremy Webb. And again, we have Big Mibba over as our Type A correspondent.
Oh, yeah.
I actually prefer this. You finally got me onto Teams after every other thing that we've tried didn't work.
Mm-hmm. You think two young tech professionals will have worked this shit out fucking 2 years post-COVID, but apparently not.
Nah, man, it's like I, like most of the tech people, use whatever my workplace uses.
Yeah.
It's like that's the only time I'm really doing this. Otherwise, we're on Discord with our equally socially inept mates where none of us have cameras on.
Yeah. yeah.
Audio.
Yeah.
I know what John looks like. I can just hear what he has to say.
That's it. Well, how you doing, Jezza? Still broke? Still at home?
Mate.
At home, I
more
see.
More broke than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got the hit up from the real estate agent. The rent's going up again.
Oh, the cunts. When was the last one?
We did have to pull them up on that because they're like, oh, we're going to put the rent up when you re-sign. I'm like, yeah, you put us up last November, so it has not been 12 months yet.
Is that a thing?
But there's a whole...
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to... I thought they were going to get away with it because it's like you got to do 12 months. You got to wait 12 months to do another rent increase. But because our lease was up and we had to sign a new lease, I thought they were going to get away with going, well, this is a new lease.
Yeah.
So we can put it up at the start of that lease rather than doing anything else with it.
Mongrels. What's the extra damage?
Takes me from like...
I mean, don't need to say the number. Like 20... What's the increase?
Oh, it's like 17%.
What?
Yeah.
The fuck? All right, well.
And they still give us the fucking...
17%?
Yeah, and they're giving us the speech in it where they're like, oh, we got to put it up this much because... I think I've already gone into this, but their whole angle was like, oh, it's getting so much more expensive for the homeowner, like the landlord, to own the house. So we're going to have to put the rent up. And I'm like, I literally wrote this back in an email to the real estate agent where I'm like, hey, just a heads up with one of my previous complaints. Don't tell me, a guy with no houses, the woes of the guy who owns two houses that I have to rent from.
Yeah, that dude's like, doing it tough, Jezza. Fucking hell,
it's like,
you
surely,
greedy bastard.
Like the upside is like, yeah, somebody rents in your house and what have you, you make some money off it. But surely the downside to equal that out is that you pay for the costs of owning two houses.
Yeah. How about accept the increase and go get 17% more job, bro?
Yeah, apparently. It's just not adding up. Yeah, no, and it's bullshit. Just like, at some point I'm like, they're just going to get priced out of this area. So we either... Well, this is the thing. I'm back to my savings bullshit because I either need to save up to enough to move or enough to buy a house.
Yeah.
And so I'm just after luckily I've still got the monthly job because then I just take the rent out, pay the bills, put a chunk away that's savings, and it's just like whatever's left there, those crumbs, that's everything else. It's like I can do that. Is
monthly pay not a regular thing?
Yeah, that's my regular, and I definitely prefer it. I just mean I've had jobs in the past where it's weekly or fortnightly, the fucking dreaded fortnightly.
Right. Yeah, I guess that was always the case for me in Oz, but here in Taiwan, everyone's on monthly. I think it's better, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely prefer it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you time everything up right, like, I had to bump a few, like, bills and shit that used to get paid around the same time, like, start of the month. I'm like, can we fucking bump that into the middle? Because we get paid in the middle of the month for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, can we bump that along? And now that that's there, it's great. Because I just take everything else in. It's like, even if, like, I've only got fuck all left, it's like, at least for this month, I'm good. Like, I can just do nothing, and it's fine. It's not like in another, like, some other point in time where you're like, if I do nothing, I'm starving to death this week.
Right.
It's like, at least this way I can, everything's paid off. All I need to do is drink water and I'll live to the next paycheck.
Well, I'm coming up on a new lease, and I have not said a single word to my landlord ever in 2 years.
Yep.
And I think when I met the guy for the first time to get the keys, my fiance had done all the chatting, right? In Chinese, of course. And then when I rock up to hand over,
you didn't trust your level of Chinese?
No, I assumed that the guy would
property.
be racist and not wanting to rent to a white guy. And when he saw me, I think his reaction was like, "Oh shit, oh shit."
Here he is.
Yeah. But anyway, whatever, it's fine. And good on him.
Cannot get myself
I mostly pay on time.
I'm always paying on time. I'm always in that mindset of like, don't give him an excuse.
Right. But I am curious, like, are they going to try to hike my rent? Because here's a tip for your listeners, right? Fucking get out of Oz. Inflation ain't a problem here, dog. I mean, having terribly low salaries is a problem.
But you know, beer's cheap, smoke's cheap.
Yeah.
So as long as you got somewhere to stay, what else do you need?
That's right.
The fucking tea eggs.
And I mean, I was thinking about this. Countries with like negative birth rates, which this is a country with negative birth rate, and almost no immigration whatsoever. You've just got less fuckers walking around every year. It's like that Bill Burr bit about being on the highway and just like wanting to kill all the fucking useless people, you know?
It just is doing that naturally.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like,
just
man,
a
when
natural
is my
goal.
rent coming down if there's way more houses? I mean, forget building houses. We don't even need to build houses. You just wait for the population to go down and the surplus of houses will increase. Yeah. I mean, I think, have you heard that shit about like Japan giving away old houses to like fucking anyone, you know?
Oh, no, I didn't hear that one. I thought you were talking about the breeding visas or whatever people have been advertising it as. And I love the people reacting to it, like all the memes and shit of people just like, oh, finally, it's my time to go. It's like what they mean is pretty looking Korean blokes can come over if they want.
Yeah, Japanese aren't letting anyone in.
It's like even white, I think, is just that no. But I reckon you get a flat no, unless you are like a porcelain ice dancer of a man. Like you need to be the whitest white man you could possibly be.
Right.
Beautiful ice prince.
Yeah, and a BMI of no more than like 20, or else you're a piece of shit.
6'5".
Yeah. But apparently Japanese government, like, there's all these dilapidated shit houses lying around. The deal is, like, they'll just give you one if you, like, maintain it, essentially. Now, it's not, like, outskirts of Tokyo. You're in some fucking mountain village in Hokkaido or some bullshit. Like, 20 hours fucking hike down the mountain to get to 7-Eleven.
It's not a pick of the
But still, you know, free house.
It's still a place. Whereas over here, there's some bloke who's trying to do that, and he's fucking seen as an enemy of the state.
Yeah.
There's that dude who goes around, I've forgotten his name. I shouldn't, because he's doing some good shit. But just the guy who goes around, finds like abandoned houses that are unlocked, and he's like, just tells people so they can just go live in them.
Public service, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But like, that's glad that over there the government's like, that's actually a good idea.
Well, why not?
Whereas over here they're like, nah, just have more money to buy a house.
Yeah.
It's like, how? You make it so hard. Anyway, to move on to brighter notes.
We were actually discussing being poor for once, Jezza, and not just talking about fucking throwing VBs back 12 years ago in the bush.
Rent's going up. I just got a note from my fucking gas company where I'm like, fuck, it's a bill. Open it up, it's like, it's not a bill. It's just them letting me know that all of my further bills will now be higher. And again, doing that same shit of like, we want to keep it low, but we can't. Because we're a pack.
We got to subsidize the landlords through negative gearing or some bullshit.
It's some crap.
Did I tell you the gas in this country, it works on the honor system, right? So in the buildings I've lived in, which is I think pretty common, there is in the elevator a pink piece of paper with every number for every apartment on there, right? And once every 2 months, I guess, they'll put up the pink piece of paper for the 2-month period, and you got to go check your own gas meter, right? And then write the number on there, and then the gas company will come collect the piece of paper, and then see the number, how much it's changed since the last time you wrote it down with a pencil, and then they send you the bill. So
Man, there are spots of that country that are just fucking insane to me. Yeah. Mostly because I'm going like, you look at it and you're like, ultimately that's a better system in terms of it means you have a better class of people existing in your country.
Right.
Like, the reason it can work on the honor system is because there's at least a certain level of honor in the community, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas here, it's like, that bit of paper is gone.
Yeah.
Fuck even writing the right
Someone's
number on it, anything
remove
like
it.
that. Yeah, you'd have 2 or 3 people that might write their numbers on there, but some cunt who doesn't even live there will just be rolling through.
Just add a 0, and some cunt gets a bill for like 10 grand.
Yeah.
I can see that.
There's no way that could work.
Yeah, but it did get me thinking, like, oh man, if ever you have like a tight month, you know, you just kind of underreport it and like catch it up next time, you know. We'll just underreport for a few months and then fuck off back to Oz, never to return, and get a couple $100 over on the gas company.
Or just, I don't use any gas ever. I use solar generators and fucking something, so that's why my number has never changed.
Dude, what's this I hear about Australia doing away with gas stoves? I'm about to come back there and start voting fucking hard conservative. They're taking away gas burners?
This is the first I'm hearing of it. You mean like stove tops or like
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, if this is because they don't want to install more gas, I might be like, okay, maybe if they do like a no new houses get it or whatever.
It's a no new houses get it thing, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I sort of wait to see where they're going, but it's still not cool.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. We don't build any new houses, right? So, sort of whatever.
Well, we do, but then none of us get to buy them.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll tell you what. I mean, I often thought, like, as we get older, you know, you've probably heard the saying, like, you got to have no heart to vote conservative, and you got to have no brain to vote liberal when you're older, or whatever the hell.
I know
American terms here.
You've absolutely fucking butchered it, but I do know the expression.
I did extremely butcher. I haven't really
it's also
wheeled that
something
one
about
out
being
in a
in
while.
your 20s and 30s or fucking whatever it is.
Yeah. But it did get me thinking, like, oh, when am I going to become a conservative, you know? And then I've kind of been keeping out a lookout for signs of it. And it's this no new fucking gas burners. That is like the straw. That's like my my entry point.
I don't reckon that's
entry point into the alt-right manosphere. They're taking away my gas.
The reason I think that remains safe is too many hippies go camping.
Yeah.
You know, with the little fucking butane burners and what have you. It's like, I feel like they'll like hang around a bit longer. Like, it's not going to be fucking forced out.
Could you imagine
you're right.
The greenie with his one little solar panel trying to get his electric burner, and it gets it up to like fucking 50 degrees and melts a slice of cheese.
Meanwhile, there's 2 Boy Scouts down the road with that foil and a fucking hot dog going through it. Yeah. Just cooking it off the fucking real sun.
Yeah.
Go direct, boys. Right. Have you noticed this yet, Mibba? What I'm actually wearing here.
Oh my god. I didn't notice it, but I know the symbol, Jezza.
Fucking check it.
I want to know how many dollars Mike Whitney got as royalties for that shirt. Get out of here. He's got better agents than that. He's negotiated well. Dude, nobody's seen Mike Whitney since Who Dares Wins, all right? Set himself up for life.
Yeah, in that sense, but apparently he's very easy to get onto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a mate of mine was like secondhand telling me a story who it was like a small town radio station that a mate of ours worked at. And when he was there, they tried to get Mike Whitney on to do like a 15-minute interview, and apparently he was just talking to him for like 3 hours.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, we should get Mike Whitney.
Man,
I wonder if he does like Cameo or something like that. What do you reckon? How much money would you want to invest in this as a joke? Like
$50.
$50? All right, I'll match that.
Because that's No. I'll just send him a video of me and this. Just like, I'm trying to get Mike Whitney to come down here and have a chat on my podcast. And if he can do it, we'll give him $50.
And who's the co-host? Sonia? Am I crazy?
Tanya Zayeda.
Oh, Tanya. Yeah. Dude, let's do a reunion show on the Broken Home pod. Get Mike.
Dude,
Tanya,
as soon as these turned up and they were like a much nicer material than I was expecting, I'm like, I want to just get on fucking Instagram Reels and try to bring back Who Dares Wins.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's like I wouldn't be able to do the big, like, let's get them up a tower or whatever.
Who gives a shit?
But
I
all
always
those,
hated
like, shopping
those.
center 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were boring. They'd always like string them out over the whole episode.
know,
It's like, nah,
terrible.
just do more smashing cans of Coke.
Yeah.
It's like, who can eat fucking 10 saladas and then try to whistle? Who? We bring back all the
saladas.
classics. We think of new ones.
All right. I'm always on the hunt for like what I can do with my colleagues. I'm the guy that sets up the team events, which is usually like Captain Dickhead position. But anyway, I love it. I love it. And I was thinking like, oh my god,
you're a good hype man.
I want to do Who Dares Wins. No, I want to do like a game show thing where I got like lots of little stations set up. And then we just draw names and shit, and people come up and have to do a thing. And if they're successful, Jezza, they get 1,000 new Taiwan dollars, equivalent to exactly 50 Aussie dollars. So keep in that through line to the pineapple, right? And perfect excuse to go rewatch a ton of old Who Dares Wins, which is probably not that fucking fun to watch.
Oh, it absolutely is still fun to watch, man. For
really?
like
Okay,
a magnitude
I'll take
of
your word
different
for it.
reasons.
Yeah.
One of them is like there's a weird thing of when he's doing shit at a mall, right? There is hundreds of people just watching.
Yeah, remember when people used to go to malls?
Well, there's the people at the malls, but also like no one's filming, no one's taking extra photos. It's just hundreds of people just watching something.
With what, dude? It was the 90s. There's no fucking nothing to
Like,
take
there's
photos
no
with.
fucking like you'd expect like a fucking touristy photo, but it's just people at the shops.
Yeah.
So it's like no one's got anything to record on. You just have to watch it
Yeah.
or hope that it makes the edit later and get to watch it on TV.
This is step 2 on my path to conservatism, all right? Bring back when people were in malls and Mike was in malls and fucking throwing
you got to be careful though.
pineapples and...
You got to be careful with the Who Dares Wins because apparently that's like an SAS slogan or something.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. Well, what are they?
It's like,
fucking
I'm
SAS
trying
going to
to search
shake me
up-
down over a copyright case?
Who gonna shake me down?
The
I reckon they
SAS?
sound like shaking me down.
They didn't
guys.
get Mike. Mike was at large for years using their tagline.
Yeah, because Mike was first. They took it, and now we can't get it back.
Well, let's get Mike some better lawyers then. All right, let's reclaim that for
yeah.
Australia.
I gotta
really
send you a
quick,
clip
Mike,
later. There's just
Mike
a
was
beautiful
doing memo.
little interview. He's doing what?
He was
cameo
it was like
thing.
a cameo thing, but it's at some different site. Although he says it's now not available, so he is probably just cashed in so much that he's hung up the hat. Also, it doesn't say
He probably
how much
did that
it
good
costs.
thing, like where you want people to do it, where you look at all these celebs and stuff, and you're like, why do you need the $800 million for this when this guy could do it for like 80, but also he needs that 80 more than you need that 400. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like he got in the thing where it's like he got his big cash and then he just got out of the way. Let someone else have a go. I got enough to get me house. Like, because he was a professional cricketer, like, fucking before that.
I kind of
So, like,
didn't even know that, to be honest.
Neither did I.
I only knew Mike Whitney as the fucking...
He was the Who Dares Wins guy. I'd never known he played cricket.
Yeah.
But, man, the hints were all there when I was doing the rewatch. You see him there, he's, like, doing the, like, sit-up challenge.
Oh, yeah?
He's like, when I was playing professional cricket, and I'm like, it was hidden in plain sight the whole time.
Right. Do you remember my favorite one? I don't know why this memory's like burned into my brain, but
Because
they
it's
got
a fucking
they got
figurative, fucking beautiful part of our childhood.
I know. Like television. It was a golden era, the 90s.
Have you seen
shit
there's a
happening in
clip
malls?
that's put over like dramatic music and stuff, and it's an interview that Mike Whitney did on the radio, and it's just put to that, and it's just a clip, and it's just him complaining about reality TV today, and he's just like, it's all hot. You got like Big Brother, and it's in there, people like yelling and screaming at each other. It's people doing alliances and things, there's people cooking and they're all like scheming and like trying to undermine each other. And he's like, whereas back in the days of Who Dares Wins, we were just like, you know, go on, mate, give you a go. You know, you tried your best. If you can do it, here's $50 for you.
In,
it's like,
in like a totally uncontrolled environment as well, you know?
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine the
like
fuckwits that would interrupt that show today?
That's the bit with you go, because he's describing, he's like, and meanwhile, we'd go around there and just go, oh, g'day, mate. We hear that you're afraid of heights, and then we just go, fucking throw him off a radio tower or something. It's just the best description.
Yeah. I remember they had some ones where it's like they, inside the mall, if it was like 3 or 4 stories high, they're just like, leap off there onto the fucking crash mats. Like, okay,
it was
Mike.
like some 16-year-old girl they had doing that.
Yeah. It's like, is this show insured?
Oh yeah, they had all like that was the thing. They did the big like, here's our health and safety guy. This is our stuntman guy. We've got to show him working with her.
Right.
But of course, then at the same time, like that's just adding more people in the fucking mall.
Yeah.
There's just so many people building up and just watching, waiting for things to happen.
Yeah, it's like Mike's giving away 50s like out of his own wallet. It's like, is that your money? Like, what is going on?
But that's the thing. Just load up on some 50s, take some apples down to the fucking just somewhere.
Right.
I'll be able to get some fucking like shirt alone. I've had people come up and have a chat, mostly asking where did you get it, and I'm like, I made it myself because of course I had to.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Huh. All right, I'm going to make one too now, Jezza. I think we should revive it. I think there's a place for it.
It's my new joke because it's like, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted this shirt, so I went into one of those printing places and I said, hey, mate, if you could go up and get a shirt and put the Who Dares Wins logo on the front and on the back for me.
Oh, Jezza. Jezza! Got too excited about Who Dares Wins. Oh, you're back.
I'm back.
All right, what was that? Anyway.
All right. I don't know. I hope that I'm not having the same fucking connection issues.
No, it's going all right.
If we do, they're getting a very short episode this week.
Yeah.
I'll make it up by doing some actual Who Dares Win shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I just need someone to hold my phone while I take, you know, $50 around.
Can I just make a completely sane reflection here, which is that Mike Whitney foresaw short form content, right? So I mean, he went from cricket, traditionally the longest form of content ever, right? Fucking Test cricket. There was never any one particular thing as long as a Test cricket match, right? Like wars. There's been shorter wars than fucking Test cricket. All right, so he went from very long down to television, 30-minute ad slot, right? But he saw that the direction in which media was going, which is shorter, right?
Well,
and then he created
these wholesome at YouTube's.
Yeah, and he created the 30-second to 1 minute short form reel, right? Or TikTok in the form of challenges that only took 10 to 15 seconds.
Yes.
And with a little bit of reaction and a quip from Mike and Tanya, rounded out a minute.
It's always a beautiful format. It's just he's there, down camera, he's giving you the description.
That's
you
what
see
I'm
a couple of clips. He's just like he's talking to people. They're a bit like thrown back, but at the same time, it's him explaining it to them. And then you get a couple of people just absolutely failing. Yeah. And you get it in there, and it's like, and then just a bit of voiceover with it, so you're not getting distracted. It's like, what's Maureen got for us? Some classic like what is it? Funniest home videos, bit of talking over with that. Which again, reaction videos. It's all the fucking same.
Yeah.
He's just fucking done it at the chunk there.
He saw the rise of React videos. YouTubers. The rise of short form content. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. We can bring it back.
Prank.
We can bring it back. It's basically the format of Who Dares Wins is native to TikTok and Instagram Reels, right? Exactly. I mean, we would not even have to change the show. We just make it and put it on the new platforms, and it'll fucking go. It'll go.
100%. You just you could do each one as a minute long, or minute and a half if you wanted to do the like. Yeah. Actually, it just depends. You could do fucking 5-minute segments and just have you could do whatever you. But the point was, if you do it here, I reckon people are just 100% getting on board, because younger people would love the just the format, what it is, doing a thing with a camera.
Hell yeah.
That's going to end up on, whatever social media, if they're into that. Some people
Hell
are.
yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And anybody who's like even a couple years younger than us and then above, you watch fucking Who Dares Wins. I don't give a fuck who you are. You watch that show, it's great. Everybody, because that's the thing. My dad and my parents would be watching that, and they'd see the scene of the guy turning up, and Mike Whitney turns up, and he's like, "Oh no!" And they're like, "Oh, if he fucking turned up in my work looking for me," it's just everybody connects to it.
I know.
But I think any of the
he was the
dangerous
voice of a
ones
generation.
were kind of ruined by the Jackass generation, though.
Yeah, but I think
because it's like, sculling a can of Coke wasn't as interesting if they're like, but what if I just put a nail through my finger?
But the thing is, when you watch Jackass, I'm not sitting there watching Jackass like, oh, I could fucking nail my nuts to this wooden desk, right? Like, I'm not thinking that. But when I watch Who Dares Wins, it activates those mirror neurons, right? You get that empathetic response of, you know what, I could drink that Coke in 5 seconds. Or my favorite was always that he had a sandcastle that he'd fill with flour and put a fucking gobstopper or whatever in the bottom, and then bloop on the desk, and you had to motorboat through the fucking little castle of flour, and then get the candy, get the fucking gobstopper in your mouth. $50. And of course, flour and shit's going everywhere, and they get flour all over their face. I'm
not understanding the challenge, because I'm like, again, I've already got that feeling that we were discussing right now. I'm like, I'm not seeing the challenge. How can you absolutely fail that?
Yeah, I know.
And that's it. It's got the game show vibe.
Yeah.
Where you're watching Jeopardy or whatever, and you're like, I knew that one. You're watching that, and you're like, oh, come on, Diane. Get those eggs down.
Choose suitcase 16, not suitcase 15, you fucking idiot.
But even that's fucking awful. Because that was the other thing with Who Dares Wins. Because there'd always be a school function, people are looking for a workplace thing, literally you're doing now. We're trying to look for activities to do that's a social little thing, but we're setting it up.
Hell yeah.
You could just take the ideas from Who Dares Wins and just use them.
I'm unironically going to do it. And I'm also going to get myself a Who Dares Wins shirt similar to yours.
I'll send you the image I ended up getting.
Guinea pig it with my colleagues, and then we use that footage to pitch a pilot to channel 7 or 9, I guess. I hit channel 10
Whoever's got
might
the
be
rights,
broke.
I think. I'm assuming one of them might still just own.
Oh yeah, was it channel
would.
7 show? Man, I can't even remember now. Or was it 10? Whatever.
I don't think it was 10.
Yeah, no, I think
budget
you're right.
too high.
Yeah.
At that time,
I have a
anyway.
feeling it was 7. No, it's going to upset me not knowing that now. Anyway, whatever. I'll fact check Mike Whitney and Who Dares Wins later. Yeah, I'm going to run that shit though. I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah, man. And the main reason I went into the mustache is because I'm like, this is silly but safe enough looking that I'm like, I'm hosting this fucking thing. I made one for a mate of mine as well when I was ordering them. And he puts it in and he's like, man, I could do a bunch of because we're talking about comedy sketches wearing them. I'm like, are you stealing my fucking, my Who Dares Wins valor here? Are you swooping in on my content that I'm wearing?
All right. Hey,
so
Jezza.
I very rapidly bought 6 more shirts. So now it's the only thing I'm wearing.
Who Dares Wins shirts?
Yeah, I got the white ones right with it on the back. I got 2 black ones that are just T-shirts that are front and back. But then I got an email from the T-shirt place that's like, oh, if you just want these basic tees in whatever sizes we've got left, you can have a design on the front and the T-shirt for $8.50. So I got 4 more.
$8.50.
But they don't have the back. It's just the front.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's just
fuck, that's
people
a deal.
runs a shirt and then they'll have 20 in this size in this color or whatever. So you just grab through the scraps of what sizes they've got, and then they just print the design on there.
Fuck
of
yeah.
whatever you want.
Fuck yeah. All right, I'm gonna test a new thing on your pod here, right?
Yep.
The audience are going to be able to see Mike Whitney in 2024 here, looking like a gigantic hobo. But the thing is, due to how we've set this up, you can't see it. So I'll describe it for you and for the audio listeners, all right? So
Yeah, that's
we've
probably
got,
a very good idea that I should remember.
it looks like we've got a
on.
progression from Mike in looks like mid 2000s. He's got a cricket ball. He's got no facial hair, and his perm
Right.
is looking nice and black, and he's wearing a pink shirt. All right, good. And then we progress to slide
I'm assuming that
2
would
to
be.
4.
Is it like just a pink shirt, or is it like one of those like charity or like Big Bash style uniforms?
It might. I don't know actually. I don't know.
Does it look like a sports jersey, or is it just like a shirt?
It looks like it looks well. I don't know. I don't know even how to describe it. It could be a
Okay.
sports thing.
Is it
All right.
plain, or is there anything on it?
Well, there is. I don't even know how to describe it. Let me describe his face progress quickly into what looks like alcoholism, but I can't be sure. All right, next one. He's looking
I reckon
dusty
with
as
a lot of
hell.
those cricket players from that era, it's just the sun finally catching up with them,
Yeah, well, very true.
It just
I mean, no one
holds
gave
all
a
the
fuck
heat
about the
on the
sun in his
outside.
generation. Yeah.
and then it just like it pierces the outer layer and immediately liquefies.
Yeah.
So all of your face just
Oh, right. Anyway,
Just wax
but then there's just like 3 more pictures of Mike. They look to be about 6 months apart, but he's aging like 5 years every frame. Man, this guy's just deteriorating quick as hell. And then the last one, he's like total, like Ted Kaczynski, fucking living in the jungle, anti-government, potentially building bombs and sending them to federal employees. I don't know.
man, if we can still get access to him and I can get like his blessing
Yeah.
to do Who Dares Wins on fucking Instagram,
Hell yeah.
I'm set for life.
Yeah. This is why, like, maybe we should become journalists or something. Like, I want to tell the Mike Whitney story, but post-cricket, right? And
Yeah,
where
of
is he
course.
now? Yeah. Where
I
is
don't know,
he
maybe
now?
we wait for him to die.
Yeah.
But no, that's it. We start collecting the content now. So we try to get some like interviews and things
Oh,
like that because we
yes.
want to have the
Yes.
last 20 hours on record of Mike Whitney.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then, like Netflix, yeah, they'll fucking pay for this shit.
Oh, it might be too Australia centric, but
Oh,
a lot of cricket
no.
countries though. Cricket
Jezza.
folks love cricket. Yeah.
Jezza. He's written two
already-
books. He's written 2 books. And one of them is called Quick Wit. The Mike Whitney story. Quick Wit.
He's a fucking national hero, man. Treasure. Absolute fucking treasure.
Mike Whitney. All right. Well, I hope people listening to this know what fucking Who Dares Wins is, or else this whole
Man,
past
I
30
reckon
minutes is going to be a bit
47 people in fucking Melbourne who listen to this
Yeah.
and like scatterings amongst small towns that
Yeah.
one of us lives in.
Yeah.
I reckon
And-
they know who Mike Whitney is.
If they're asking how the hell does this relate to Broken Home, dude, Who Dares Wins is the most broke-ass show ever made.
Absolutely.
And it could be remade with literally as little as like $52, right? One pineapple
per video.
plus $2
You
to
need
get
a-
some like paper cups, and it's like stack these really quick or some shit.
Yeah.
And then
It's like you buy a slab of Coke cans and have
Yeah.
the $50 prize. There's one done.
or one
you
$2 Coke can, first person. All right, chug that. Upload the reel. Get the views.
Nah, man.
And
I'm
two,
not
three,
having-
four
you gotta
more
have
dollars.
failures. You can't just have successes. You got to have the failures in there.
Well, fair enough. Okay, then. Well, we
Half the content,
might need a sponsor for a few extra cans up front. Maybe the RSL, get the locals involved, you know?
I reckon I could get like a successful podcast or something from around the city, call in some mates that are, got some success. And I reckon I could get them to do a bit, to at least sponsor a slab of Coke cans or something like that. I could rope in, I reckon, some mates that'd be keen.
You reckon you could rope
I
in,
reckon
like
this-
16, 20 cans or something like that?
Ah, easy.
Yeah. What about the $50? Or
I reckon we could get that covered as well.
Yeah.
We chuck a couple out. But that's the thing. I think there's just genuinely enough love for Who Dares Wins.
Yeah. I reckon
that-
Mike could give us $50.
I reckon I could put up a GoFundMe
Yeah.
and people would pay to try and win back the $50 that I fucking asked for.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Um,
Man, I love that half of this is exactly what being broke is. Usually when it's you and me on here, it's the half of being broke where we're just like, here's the scheme.
Yeah.
Here's how we fix it all.
Also, too poor to do anything except talk shit.
Yeah. It's either this conversation or if I won the lottery, man.
Yeah.
I'll be getting this boat. I'll be getting these fucking houses. But yeah, it's...
Dude, if I won the lottery, I'm getting fucking Mike and Tanya back together. And and taking them down to the mall and paying 200 people to go to the mall on that day so they're actually someone there.
You know what I'd do? I'd bring them back in like a Mythbusters kind of way.
Yeah.
Where like, so they'd be doing the main shit. He's the main host. But then I come in with my young crew to do like the side bits. So it's like, you get the side crew, then I get working in, and then now it's just me with my fighting robots.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
But it's the most broke show anyway, because it's like every broke person I knew wanted to get on that show.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude,
every broke.
$50.
$50 for doing something, like, I don't even have to pay for the can.
Right.
Like,
I was doing some of that shit for nothing.
Boys.
On my own time, you know?
Yeah, just with fucking your fuckwit mates. Just hanging out.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask, in Benalla, in sunny Benalla, what was the like local mall or whatever like? Or in Horsham we called it the Plaza. Go down to the Plaza, and it was like a whatever shopping.
I can very quickly answer this. Yeah. There isn't one.
Oh really? Oh shit. Did you have like a Kmart or like?
We had a Target Country.
Oh, we had that, but it was Target Country is like pretty crap, so we go to Kmart, you know.
It's awful, man.
Yeah.
There was like no video games. I had to go to a different town to buy video games.
Oof.
But I could rent them from the Video Easy, but then can't buy them anywhere.
Video Easy. Yeah. Game rentals. Yeah, let's bring that back. Yeah.
We're kind of like doing that, even though we didn't ask for it, really. You know, with any digital purchase now, that's essentially you renting a game till they decide to stop fucking letting you use it.
That's true.
We've been enveloped by Video Easy. We thought it was gone, but it's eaten us alive.
Yeah. But now I can't work it out, right? Like, because when I was younger, I thought Kmart was like the fucking Hilton, you know. I thought this is a store of plenty, all right? I mean, we are living in
the store's so fancy.
Age.
It's got a big circular rack, big enough for you to just get into.
Yeah, and it had everything.
Escalators, man. Escalators.
Yeah. And now I'm like, did Kmart get shitter? Or was it always just fucking terrible? Or what is going on here? I don't know.
I think it is, again, you were in that level of brokenness where I'm sure, where it's like with food, where it wasn't about how good it was, it's about how fucking much of it I can get.
Yeah.
I feel like Kmart was a bit of that. So you're a kid and it's like, man, if I had $10 in here, I could get like all of these lollies that are brands that I've never heard of. And then like some of these, like this plate thing, like it just felt like you could get heaps of stuff there.
Yeah.
And it's all stuff that you could have like ideas with.
Dude, you just mentioned something really funny because I've been thinking about this too, which is growing up with not much money, and if you could get your hands on like bulk lollies or something, you know, for like a couple of bucks, you'd be like, in your head, you'd be like, I'm going to just eat $2 of food, and then you eat like that fucking kilo of like gummy bears or some bullshit you got on the cheap somewhere. But you'd think that that's fine because you're like, I'm just eating a couple of dollars worth of something. Not I'm eating like 5,000 fucking calories of empty dog shit carbs, right?
That's my chunkiness all through fucking early high school. It's like, what do you mean? I spent $1.60 and I have 4 liters of orange drink.
The orange drink, dude.
So that's one day. What do you mean it has to go in the fridge?
Oh, dude, that makes me so sick thinking about you drinking that much fucking piss in a week, you know? Oh, dear.
Getting 2 in the morning.
Is the brand still around even? No, rip.
Just,
pour
actually,
one out.
You know what? I don't think it is around anymore because I would buy it from the local Bilo. Oh. And I think it was Bilo brand.
Bilo?
Fucking Bilo, cut.
Fucking hell. Speak about names you haven't heard in half a generation. What happened
Yeah,
to Bilo? I think I know.
they all just turned into other supermarkets.
Yep, IGAs. IGAs
Yeah.
just scooping up all the little shitholes, monopolizing. There's the real fucking scoop. IGA is the real criminal in the
Who is
Coles
Richie?
Woolly duopoly. All right, it's
Who's
triopoly.
Richie? That's what I've been asking.
Yeah.
Who is Richie's IGA?
Yeah. Well, I don't know who Richie is. I will say this though, I do think IGA's like got kind of expensive shit, but I sort of get it, I guess.
Well, that's always been the excuse where you're like, oh, you go to the IGA because it feels more local, and that's why you let them get away with these prices or
You gotta
whatever.
pay
But it's like,
100% premium on.
It's like if you're getting fucking as big as the others,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah.
Like just because you got fancy almond biscuits and like a little bakery area, it's like fucking Woolies has got sushi in there now. Like,
oh really? Fuck, I wouldn't trust that.
oh, dude, it's like a straight up. There's places where it's like a fucking station.
Oh,
like it's not just sushi you can grab. There's a dude making the sushi.
What?
Yeah.
In Melbourne, right?
Not even like a mall,
yeah,
in a fucking supermarket.
Whack.
How desperate are you for fucking sushi?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, man,
just put it out the front. Put it out the front.
Yeah, fair enough. But IGA, it's like you buy your fucking Arnott shapes from IGA, and you're like, am I really helping out the little local guy here? You know, like,
I mean,
paying an extra buck for a box of
deciding
shapes
on that markup.
Yeah. Anyway,
I had a weird thing. I went to the chiropractor the other day. Just recovering from those fucking flights because I just hadn't had the chance to actually be able to afford to go to the chiropractor.
What's the damage on a chiro?
Well, actually, I completely forgot that because work gives me like healthcare. It cost me like $12 out of pocket. Fucking go back once a week.
The parking will be more than that.
No, it's literally walking distance from my house.
Oh shit!
It's like you go up to the 7-Eleven. It's like another 2 houses down. But it caused a situation that I get a lot more now, where have you found the switch? I don't know if you get it as much there, but here there's so many fucking scam callers that all use like not private numbers, just it looks like a mobile phone number coming up. So it's to the point now where I only answer calls where the number is not showing. Private numbers, fucking any of that shit. It's like I only answer that now. Yeah, it's completely looped because now any phone number that I can see, I go, I'm going to answer it. It's going to hang up immediately, and then I'm on a list now. There's going to be fucking calls constantly because I've done it. I've been waiting on a call from like a doctor or some shit, and then it's like answer one, and it's just like, man, that noise coming from the end. I'm like, great. Now I know they've got a number that someone's answered.
Yeah.
But then it turns out it was actually this chiropractor calling me up. He's like, where are you? But I just didn't answer the calls.
Yeah. Oh, dear. I mean, I get that shit too, but you know what? It's all in Chinese, so I'm just like, what are we doing here, you know? But
it kind of interrupted. I fucking hate getting interrupted.
But dude, get this for fucking like, I should answer the phone. On Google Maps for our business, I mean, what phone number do you put for a modern business, right? There's no phones in the office. There's no landlines exist anymore, right? And we're a little like startup company, or were at the time, so, you know, there's no receptionist or any of that fucking shit. There's no executive assistant.
I thought you said the building just had no reception.
No. Well, it was a basement at the time, but it did. What
do you mean?
So I just put my own number.
Did it fucking come out of the ground?
Yeah, well, I just put my own mobile number on Google Maps, right? And just forgot about it and like whatever for years. And I often wouldn't answer the phone because it's like just fuckwits. And I'm on lists of like, this guy's LinkedIn looks like he has money. Let's try to sell him wealth management services. I'm like, I'm not wealthy, all right? I'm the fucking poorest rich guy anyone's ever seen, all right?
Hey, man, those are some pretty expensive-looking DBZ fucking figurines you got there.
These are given to me.
See what's behind me? Nothing. A blank fucking wall.
Yeah.
White, like a prison cell.
Well, you got not much.
Only
second monitor.
Camera, this one.
Yeah.
You mean one of the 4 monitors in here?
Yeah,
if anyone's looking on this camera, these are for work.
Right. Right.
And
But get
these
this.
are for masturbation.
Sorry, one day I did answer the phone, right?
Yeah.
And it was like some lady speaking Chinese, and I was like, and she's like, just a create a DB, ma. It's like, is this create a DB? And I was like, yes. And then she just said a whole bunch of crap of which I understood about 20%. And I was just like, I'm going to tell you a number, and please just call that. And I just like, which of my colleagues am I flicking this to? Spin one up, and then that lady was like a new client, and it ended up being like $100,000 campaign or some shit. And now we're like 3 campaigns in. It was like, what was it? Yeah, it was like a mobile phone games company from like Korea or some shit. It was like a big deal. And this is like the one fucking phone call I answered out of like 100 in that year, you know?
Oh, right. You're saying it's a good thing that you copped it, not a bad
Yeah.
thing. Right.
Just one day, because sometimes I'm like...
I thought you were saying it was bad because you're just like, somebody will deal with this, and you lost the contract.
No.
Right.
Well, I would have lost it if I just didn't pick up the fucking phone. But sometimes I'm like, I'll see it ringing, and I can tell by the country code sometimes, because they'll like start dialing in from the UK or something, right? Because they're like, maybe he'll answer if he sees it's an Anglo country or some bullshit. Anyway, I always know it's like people trying to sell wealth management services, the fuckwits. Anyway, I'm on lists, god damn it, I'm on lists. And this is not a plug for this episode's sponsor, Incogni, but if you did want to get off the lists, then get your ass on Incogni, maybe $8, $9, $10 a month. They'll send out requests on your behalf and get you removed from these things. Stop getting calls today. Incogni.com/broke-and-home. Anyway, sometimes I would think...
I'm sorry, I'm
just
just
going
to
to
put it out there. I have not been informed about this ad. Do not give any of that until I'm confirmed some fucking revenue on that. You can't just sneak fucking ads in here to get your own fucking creator code ticked off.
Sounds like you need Incogni, Jezza. Your identity has been has been leaked. People are taking advantage of you and your platform here on the Broken Home podcast. Okay, you can get that today. Incogni.com/brokenhome.
Getting type A fucking scammers invading my podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, but I would occasionally be like, I'm gonna pick this one up and just say some fucking stupid shit, just because I'm bored. I'm at work, and whatever. Like, let's just have a laugh. And, yeah, it just happened to be that like big client. I was like, okay, maybe I should answer the phone more. Or get Incogni, so I get rid of all the scam calls, and then it's all business,
Again, stop. Until I'm getting some revenue, I'm bleeping it out. I don't believe it.
I'm recording the file locally on my computer, bro.
But I can edit around that.
Yeah.
But more importantly with that, once again, I'm just saying a thing where I'm like, I can edit around that. I won't.
Yeah. Probably because I'll bring it up like 2 or 3 more times to,
well,
improve the click-throughs.
Thing. I'm like, I want to do all of this shit myself because that's the cheapest way to do it. And I feel like that's more on brand, but it really does the thing of like, some of the content's going to be a bit fucked. And not because I'm trying to do a fucked thing, just because I'm like, I'm doing this myself, cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, and who can be asked like self-censoring and thinking about shit you don't want to say because of this, that, or the other? I mean,
it's like, if somebody asks me to take something out, I will. But apart from that, it's mostly just whatever. Right. I'll go through and edit it for quality, but it's still that thing of like, I've got this much time between releasing episodes. It's like, you're getting what I can manage. I'm getting better, but but it's like, it's still not great if I'm only just learning now how to actually balance the fucking color shit in the images and still move shit around. It's like, I need some bass bits.
Yeah.
But I can make a video come out.
I haven't helped at all, because the YouTube viewers will have caught this, but not you audio listeners. So do check out the YouTube. All right. My light has died. I had a light for the first 10 minutes. Now I don't know why the hell it won't turn on. But
I've got this fucking. I keep like, because I'm watching myself. This webcam's got a weird like.
Oh yeah. Sometimes
distance where then like I'll come in a little bit further and it'll fucking give me out, but it's like I'm just blurring after a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm really not helping myself here. Lucky I got this camera going. which I'm hoping works.
That's the that's for the Patreon subs. I get to watch the top of your head as
Nah, I'm spiking the camera every now and again.
All right,
But
all right.
man, the people who do, I could not fathom fucking doing that.
Yeah.
20 episodes of a podcast in, they're like, oh, you want to get on my Patreon? It's like, fucking earn it, cunt. Like,
yeah. Well,
I'm
going to drag you kicking and screaming there, Jezza, all right? Once this thing pops off, I'm going to be your fucking monetization wizard, and we're going to jam-pack this thing with so many useless bullshit.
Man, you can say fucking dodgy agent in whatever language you choose to.
Yeah.
Just it's like any other agent, man. Take your cut and get me my drugs, and I'll fucking dance around. Let's.
Yeah.
I need a bag of Coke in my fucking dressing room next to 4 apples and a tub of cream cheese, and I'm out there on that stage.
Word. Hey, I got a tip for saving cash.
Oh,
you want to hear it?
Usually.
I think that's what this pod's about, right?
Yeah.
So, I think bro, and this is not a paid sponsorship, but it will sound like it. But full disclosure,
well,
Jezza
more
and I
than
have
the
not
last
been
not
paid
paid.
yet. The last one was paid. I not to you, but someone paid something somewhere. Okay.
Just middleman and this shit for free. Like, honestly, man, fucking train drivers should get a cut of all fucking drug sales that take place either end of a train line.
Well, why not?
In a fair system.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We don't live in a fair system. But here we go.
Hence, we need to come up with schemes like this. What do we got?
Right. So, I recently got onto Novo Nordisk, right? The big pharma, Novo Nordisk. Their wonder drug, Ozempic, all right? Not sure if you noticed this, Jezza. I'm looking fucking fine, all right? But here's the rub.
Because I'll tell you what, when I was over there, you did not look fine.
No, I was a bloated corpse.
Well, you got that weird thing where you don't put enough weight on your legs.
Oh, yeah. What does that mean?
Like, when you're slimmer, your height and everything looks sort of in proportion and fine. But when you've packed it on, it's all from the waist up.
Yeah. Well, I think it's from alcohol, dude. You just like, if you drink a lot of piss, you fucking just add it to your liver, and then that shit gets bigger.
Yeah, but you're fucking huge, mate.
Yeah,
so it's this it's not a gut at the same gut height that I'm sitting at. It's sort of like fucking like shoulder height.
Yeah.
And it's just very funny that that's teetering on your much longer legs.
Yeah.
So it looks like, and you get some speed behind you, especially after a few park beers or fucking motoring along.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, is he toppling? Is this going to be like...
Quick. I walk quick and I walk at like a 45.
Yeah, it's concerning.
Physics. Yeah. But anyway...
I'm like, you look like a mascot for an avocado company that's about to stack.
Okay, now. Used to. Excuse me. Used to.
Yeah. Used to. On that most recent time I saw you. No.
Yeah. Well, it was like less than 2 months ago. But, so here's the rub, right?
Long time.
This drug maybe costs you like $150 a month, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just don't need to eat. So if ever you're at Woolies and you're like, fucking hell, I just spent $150 on 3 days groceries. How about get your ass to the Danish company, Novo Nordisk. Get yourself Ozempic, bro. And that $150 will stretch you 30 days. And now you can only do this for like 2 months. And then you're literally going to die. But that will be a fucking hella cheap 2 months. I mean, just imagine what you could do taking out, like, no Woolies, no Coles expenses at all.
Well, I think your bigger expenses are going to be, like, if you pull up your app right now, anyone who's listening, and you see the amount for fucking, like, Uber Eats or just, like, any ordered food, eliminate all of that immediately for a single drug purchase.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
Well, the other one that people do, is the Dexy diet.
Oh, yeah.
People get on the Dexys just to kill their appetite. And it's like, no, that's just having speed.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not taking it for anything, just get speed. It'll be cheaper. It'll be easier. Just get speed. Yeah. Just admit you're doing speed and just fucking take that.
Right.
amphetamines and you don't have the condition that makes that work differently.
Yeah, but I want to say like, well, I'm going to make an assumption here based on what I have heard people say about taking speed. Is you feel a bit energetic afterwards. Well, I'll tell you what, the diabetes medication, Ozempic, that makes your like whatever fucking blood sugar level 0 forever or something.
That's it, man.
It's
snake oil. You take the taste, you take whatever, as long as it gets rid of the fucking poison.
Yeah. So anyway, it's kind of funny because
hey, at least if you compare that to other options, like taking steroids, it's like you've got to go do the work. You're still like, you can't just take steroids and get the muscle. You got to go use that fucking steroid to be doing shit.
Yeah.
Whereas that, it's like, yeah, okay, I'll be sleepy and skinny.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad because I met a new buddy and you met him too, Tom. And he's always like,
the most British looking British man you can imagine.
He's very British. I was like, he's always like, we're always talking like, we should go for some runs and hit the gym and go for some swims. And then we did a bit of that. Then I started Ozempic, and like energy levels just low as hell. And he'll hit me up. He's like, you want to go for a run? I'm like, how about you go run your fat ass? And I'm just going to sit on the couch losing weight, bro. You do whatever. I'm just going to sit here.
Okay, I'm just going to point out.
Hit those targets.
I'm just going to point out the, I guess now lack of elephant in the room, but you do realize you've probably got really low energy because you haven't fucking eaten anything.
I do think that's a factor.
I reckon it's the only factor. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm tired. It's like, no, your body's starving and eating itself. But at least you don't have diabetes.
There are some downsides. Like if you don't eat, you start to feel nauseous. And then if you do eat, you feel nauseous. It's like
Is this specifically from the drugs? Because this just sounds like me in general.
Well, this is specifically for the drugs. But I did make an interesting observation the other day, which is I do like smoking a particular type of leaf, which is known for increasing appetite and decreasing nausea. So I was thinking like, oh my God, I'm spending $150 a month on Ozempic to not eat and feel nauseous. And then I'm spending $150 from Bob down on the corner to not feel nauseous and do feel hungry. And then you just got to balance them out perfect. And if I get the balance just right, Jezza, I'll have a normal appetite and normal energy. And that's my goal.
While having no exercise and no food.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to have some food after a bit of puff rather.
I don't know, man. I'm at the point where, like, I can smoke myself out of hunger.
Oh yeah. So
like,
you just it's just an overflow error. Like you get so fucking hungry, it just resets to 0.
Yeah, basically, I'll just be getting baked, and then I'll be baked enough that, you get waves of hunger. You're not just hungry. That's true. Like it'll come in big waves. But if you just get distracted enough to just keep missing those waves, eventually you're just not hungry anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'll just be too baked to notice when those waves of hunger are hitting me, and then I'll just go 3 days without eating.
Yeah, well,
that's why I associated with what you were saying before, because it's like sometimes I'll just not eat for long enough that then I'm past the point of being hungry, and now I'm at the point of like anything going into my stomach is gonna make me throw up, or just like it feels that way.
Yeah,
and that's usually where I end up just smashing down like 3 Macca's cheeseburgers.
Why not get one bigger burger or something?
Because it's the like the greasiness of the little burger there that I know that there's no friction that's going down. It's literally I need something in me. What is the oiliest slick food I can throw in? And it's usually a Macca's cheeseburger.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to throw a friend under the bus here.
Good.
And I want to say...
What did Lachlan do now?
I want to say we're talking about Ted here, but correct me if I'm wrong. And his McDonald's order is a cheeseburger meal, okay? And I'm like, interesting. You know, this guy likes to eat, and he's just getting a cheeseburger meal. Not a quarter pounder, not a Big Mac, cheeseburger meal. He'll also get a double cheeseburger, and he will also get a triple cheeseburger. So he would like 3 different levels of protein, all right, in his 3 different burgers of different ratios.
All right, if this is Ted, this was an old habit because I haven't seen this recently because that's
wild,
insanity,
isn't it?
what you're
It's
describing.
wild.
That's fucking mental.
I'm almost certain it's Ted. Should we push the boundaries?
We'll scope him in and check him under.
Oh yeah, I was going to jump on Discord and get it fact checked in
library.
real time. But he's not on. Fuck. I'm pretty sure this is Ted. Maybe I'm like misremembering. It's one of our fucking friends because I'm like that order is wild. What are you doing?
It's not fucking Trey's bullshit order, is it?
No, I mean he has other stupid fucking orders.
Oh, the man of fucking no flavor.
Yeah. Which, you know what? Nah, I guess we didn't. I was going to say, we always gave Lockie a pass for hating flavor and hating food. But then I remembered we didn't give him a pass. We used to call him Potato Man and Oven Boy and shit like that.
Calling him Starchland was good.
Starchland?
Because it's just so fucking shoehorned in as a fucking nickname. You're like, that barely even fits anything.
Right.
I did just want to... Because I was talking about that trip to the fucking chiropractor, right?
Oh, yeah, the chiro, yeah.
And in terms of being broke, because like I never used to go to... I still don't even like going to a fucking chiropractor. Because literally while I'm there, he's like, I want to see you again this week. I'm like, I'll bet you fucking do.
Yeah.
Because like that's
Most
always the thing.
businesses
You're never
want to see their customers every week, dude. All right, we get it.
But it's like... But to me, it's like it's posing as a medical thing. And I don't like... Do I have terminal bad back? Because that seems like something that should be fixable and not just something I've now been roped into. Mm-hmm. But the way my brain sort of worked with that, where it's like I did a big pre-crack before I went to the chiropractor.
No.
Oh, no.
It's like brushing your teeth before the dentist. Don't do that. Just show them what it looks like.
No, I 100% do that, mostly because I don't... It's not so much to clean the teeth, it's to freshen my breath, so somebody doesn't have to fucking lean into my cigarette mouth.
Yeah, those guys are getting paid fine, all right? Give them what for? Oh, I'm kidding, by the way.
I just don't like to be a dog.
Continue about the chiro. I never have cleaner teeth and go to the dentist, all right?
Yeah,
best floss.
But like, you know me, I'm a crunchy fuck. I'm always just cracking everything, more so than most.
Yeah.
Especially with my fucking weird neck that goes too far around. Yeah. But so I'm always worried that if I pay for the chiropractor, I go there, he's going to get the easy cracks and be like, there we go. And I'm like, no. I can get those on my own. So I crack myself out. I'm like, all right, you're going to have to fucking get work for it. No easy cracks here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shit. You know, Lockie has a look, and it's the Jezza just made a fucked up cracking noise in his back look. So, like, if ever we're all hanging out and you just go, like, crunch, 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 Lockie will just look at me and he just does the look. And then, like, he doesn't use the look for anything else. It's just that. Just him, just to me, just around you, just after you crack the back.
Yeah. He hates it. I don't know if it's one of those ones where... Because some people hate it because they're grossed out by it. Other people hate it because they fucking wish they could crack their back like I just did.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's the people who see you, like, they'll hear what part of my back that it cracks from. And it's just like seeing it, like somebody itching at something, and you get that sort of, like, sort of secondhand, you feel that itch, you feel the fucking, you do the yawn, whatever. It's just like you feel that overflow of emotion. You feel the same thing. Of like, that's the spot where my back's fucking absolutely torn up. Fuck, I wish I could crack that. And then they just hate me. Out of pure jealousy for my strangely limber spine that is also incredibly painful.
Jesus.
It's a weird combo. I have like a bad back that I've fucking injured for doing like working at bottle shops and doing all like laboring shit and whatever. But I'm also really quite flexible.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I don't know how I I think if I wasn't as flexible as I would not be able to bend from the hips at all.
Huh.
Like somehow I've sort of genetically got away with it.
I was just wanting to do the arsehole thing of give you unsolicited medical advice in a field that I have nothing to do with.
Oh man, it's just the boys here. That's the key.
Wow. I mean, I get some back soreness too, dude. I think that's just being north of 30. And I diagnosed it for me. It was like I would, when I wake up in the morning or just before going to bed, a little bit of phone time, read a little bit of Reddit, make a few off-color comments or whatever. And, well, yeah, maybe. But what I would do is like I'd lay, on pillows behind me, and then just like look down at my phone like this,
Yeah.
And then like that, like over time, like a fucking 30 minutes or something, would really, really make the shit hurt after like a few days or something like that. Like if I got in the routine of it.
Yeah.
Couple that with some like shit posture and sitting like a fuckwit, like at work and whatever. Shit hurts, dog. But anyway, now
I have been countering the phone thing with I lay on my stomach and do I do the babysitter's club, fucking like putting my fucking hands like over the pillow and then the phone's there. Like I'm playing my Game Boy and I've got to point towards the light again.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going.
All right, you saved it. Yeah, Game Boys are cool. But yeah, just lay on your side. That's my tip. Lay on your side, dog, and then don't be like this. Just fucking perfect, but you're on your side.
Well, I think I just got used to the like laying front to fix my back thing because I had a bulged disc at one point. And they told me like, oh yeah, if you want to get rid of this without needing to fuck around too much, you just basically have to lay on your front for a week. So it's like you can't sit, you can't stand for too long. You need to just be laying flat. And man, I was just crushing the switch for a week. Just like a pillow under here, like back arched. And because it's your head rocking back, it's that complete opposite of like the hunching for work or whatever.
Interesting.
It's like, yeah. So it's like, it'll work, but when you've got to do it just solidly for a week, you can't even sit down on a fucking chair.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm very much sick of this fucking position.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. On further thought, your condition and medical history is above my pay grade. My pay grade's pretty fucking low in this field, but goddamn. And also, this pod is not long enough format for us to work it out.
Yeah. Not to just like associate whatever the Sims are, for us to learn how to figure it out ourselves. I'd rather just do true crime by committing the crimes myself. That sounds fucking easier. But last thing I want to do, just to love this out, because then I don't have to talk about the fucking chiropractor ever again. So it turns out
just put away the notepad, which you had Cairo written on it.
Had other things written on it there as well, but yes, it was written on there somewhere. So I get there, and apparently those phone calls were because apparently he thought I was meant to be there at 2:30. And I'm like, definitely not. And he's like, are you sure? I was pretty sure. I'm like, I work till 3. Why the fuck would I have said yes to a 2:30 appointment?
No, knock off early, dog.
Nah, like I said, it's round the fucking corner.
Yeah.
It could have been dead on 3 and I'd believe him, but no, he's like 2:30. But I didn't get that talk until about 10 to 5. So I'm just sitting in that waiting room for like 50 minutes without being like, but then this was the main bit, is getting that question that infuriates me, I think, more than anything. Where you'll sit and play like in a restaurant or a fucking, like even just a Macca's or something like in a waiting room, and somebody walks up to you and just like you've been there for way too long already. They walk up to you and just go, so are you waiting for something? And it's like,
yeah, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, it's like I need them to still do something for me because I'm obviously there for something, but I just want to put my fist through the fucking wall. Because it's like, yes, and you are the person causing it. It's not. This isn't like a regular, like you're getting fucked over by a company and somebody's yelling at the customer support for it, and you're like, don't yell at them. It's like, I am yelling at you. You fucking did this, but also I probably don't want to get thrown out of where I am. So it's just this. It's the question that causes me to have the most rage that I have to suppress.
Yeah. No, dude, I can so empathize right? I think it was even while you were here. I don't know. I went and ordered fucking dumplings once. This was like a month ago or 2 months, and and I mean it's not a busy store, and like inside there was like 3 customers, and of course everyone's Taiwanese, and I order the dumplings to go, and I tell them in perfect crisp Chinese, I will go and sit inside and wait. Okay, so like when the to-go dumplings are ready, please just let me know because I'll be just sitting inside this small shop. All right, instead of standing on the street. And, yeah, and I just, like, sitting there on my phone for, like, 30 minutes. And I'm like, the fuck are they doing? It's fucking dumplings. This shit takes 1 minute. Just throw it in the water and boil shit. And I go up the front and I'm like, what about order number this? And they're like, oh, yeah. And they, like, pick it up off the desk and the shit's, like, fucking frozen. Like, it's been sitting there that long, you know? And I'm like, almost like, melt down that now not only is my meal fucked, but honestly I couldn't care that much about the dumplings. Like at this point I was like too angry to even be hungry. Yeah. And but just at like having just sat in the shop, and I'm like, also just the added factor of, am I really a fucking forgettable face? From the
looks we were getting kicking around there, I don't think so.
No. Right. I was the only guy over 6 foot who's touched foot in there a week. I'm the only guy over 100 kilos who's ever been there. The only guy with a beard, and you know, I don't quite look like everyone else, and just so easily forgotten.
Sitting in a room, taking up proportionally so much more of that store than anyone else who's in there.
Yeah, I think that's what prompted me to get up too. Was I was waiting there so long, the small restaurant,
there'd been a full rotation.
It was like 10 little tables or something, right? It started to fill up, and I thought like, oh, maybe I should move because someone might want a seat. I'll go see what's going on. And then they're like, we forgot you existed. You're just brutal. A number to us, you know?
Well, we went to some restaurant thing where you do the scan the barcode thing on the table. They bring it to you. Like,
oh, God, I hate that shit. That conservatism step 3, all right?
Yeah.
Fucking QR menus, and the one step even worse, order all the shit.
See, I'm almost of the, like, where I pretend to be slightly progressive. I'm like, I don't mind having a digital ordering system, but I want to have a fucking menu to look at. Like having a menu.
Yeah.
Flip through it.
Yeah.
You put your finger on one page, turn it over so you don't forget what you're looking at.
I also like just pointing at the picture and saying, I want this because I don't know the name of all this shit on the fucking the thing, right? And then it's like, okay, I'll scan the QR code and put my order in digitally, and it's just a wall of fucking Chinese texts, all like poetically describing the flavor of these dumps or whatever. And and I'm just fucked.
We had one, like, so we've done the QR code thing anyway, like, because what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And, like, so Tiff got a cocktail, I had a can of Coke, and we got some, like, starters, because we were still waiting for other people to rock up. Our mate's starters arrive. Like, okay, that's fine. They get a, like, round of cocktails turn up. And we're still waiting. They managed to finish all their food, and they're looking to, like, everybody else has turned up now. We're looking to do mains and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also sitting there going, okay, Tiff's cocktails hasn't turned up, but I had a fucking can of Coke. Like, where's that order? They come back over, and I'm like, oh, okay, we're having problems with this order. Show it up to them, and she looks at it, and she's like, oh, okay. And she writes down everything on a notepad. And she goes, oh, so you'll just need to pay for this up at the counter when you're done. I'm like, I already paid for it on my fucking phone. And they're like, wow. Oh, sorry, were you not ordering things? And I'm like, no, we've ordered. We've paid for it. We're fucking sitting here. And it's like people are ordering mains and stuff by this point.
Jesus.
And then they finally come over. They're like, oh, actually, there was a glitch in the system where like the orders that happened sort of disappeared. And I'm like, that's cool. You're still not even standing there with a Coke in your hand. Like,
yeah. Dude. This gets me at bars too. When you go into like a quiet bar and like no one's there and you order just like a fucking beer and it's like takes 15 minutes to pour one and you're like, what were you doing? Like,
yeah,
service is dead, dog. Service is dead.
Like, especially because you can start pouring a beer while the person's still standing there.
Yeah, literally.
Like, if you've
Pour
got to
the
wait for an
beer.
F-Boss machine...
Ask me how my day's doing. I'll tell you who I saw that was worrying me just outside your business.
Well, not even that. Like, it might be that
Talk
over
a bit of
there, but
shop.
like Australia way, it's like you start pouring, it's like, yeah, you been alright? Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, there you are, just scan your card. Like, that's it. I don't see it's ours, so
yeah.
Just chatting and dilly-dallying. It's like, or worse, it takes you 20 minutes sitting at a table to get 5 like fucking beers come over, but in bottles.
Yeah.
So it's taking 20 minutes to fucking use a fucking bottle opener. It's like, just fucking dump them over here. I'll use a lighter.
I wonder if we could like make a self-service bar. It's probably doable, right?
Yeah,
like,
easily. You just set it up like fucking coffee machine type setup.
Yeah.
If you can do that, it's just the same thing. The only problem is regulating how many individuals have had.
Oh, yeah, there's laws about that. All right, fucking forget the whole thing then. Or do it in this country. People don't give a fuck here.
I think if you have like manned hoses, you might be fine. So it's like you can't give them cups or whatever, but I'm pretty sure you can just like hose down, Red Bull girl style shit.
Yeah, well,
crush down.
Shit sounds like it markets itself.
We should probably wrap it up and continue having probably the exact same kind of conversation in our Discord with our mates again.
Yep. Let's name this episode "Path to the Alt-Right." A journey of modern...
I am not putting that in text on my fucking...
Well...
The fucking Republican American president just got fucking pot-shotted at. I'm not fucking putting that in my bio now.
Well...
I'm going to get heaps of listens and then lots of hate mail.
Yeah.
By which I mean comments. I'm not used to the lingo these young kids use.
Right. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Jezza the next time I'm back on the pod. And...
Yep. And we'll have worked through this plan to get Who Dares Wins going again.
Hell yeah. And I'm going to get a Who Dares Win shirt for sure on the go.
Don't let me forget to fucking send you the image.
What image?
This image.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Because it took a lot of fucking around to actually find this.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
A lot of the logo pictures you could find was just like a still where someone's just like taking a fucking screenshot of a YouTube video.
Oh, God. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's brutal shit.
I wonder, should we redesign it? Or, I don't know. Maybe we got to get mics.
You got to go classic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll definitely get a classic. I'm saying if we get this to TV, like, who owns the intellectual property of Who Dares Wins? Oh wait, we went into this. It's the SAS.
Yes, we've already. Yes.
SAS. All right. Fuck.
So it's fine. If anything, we get to keep the logo because they don't want us using the SAS logo. It's all good.
Yeah. All right.
Surely it's open domain now too. At least the phrase.
I told you, Mike Whitney's got a better team than that. All right, that's why he's not in show business anymore, because he just cashes royalty checks 9 to 5
I thought it was because from
daily.
your previous description, he's not in TV anymore because he's melting.
Oh yeah. Well, he's definitely.
We're starting again. All right. Do you want to plug anything before we go?
Yeah. Just really quick. If you're looking to work with content creators anywhere in Asia, I'm your guy. Including Australia, which I believe is in Asia. Jezza, I believe you're an Asian man. That's a quick hot take at the end there. And we'll just give one quick shout out to our sponsor, Incogni. Go to Incogni today/broke and home. For a 10% discount. Protect your privacy online. Be removed from data broker lists for the low cost of $9-10 a month, something like that. US dollars, to be fair. Terms and conditions apply. See online.
Have you actually organized me a sponsor behind my back? That sounded like actual copy to me, and if you are just... Anyway, fuck it.
What I could do is this. In between tonight and this being released, I can go and create that URL
You heard it there first, guys. Incognito.
Yeah. It's possible.
That's
If you're
right.
listening to this,
I'll
give it a
edit
crack right now.
I'll do some mid-roll that's an actual ad.
Yeah, some fucking mid-roll. Yeah. All right.
Hey.
Here we are.
Yes, you can follow me at TechieWebby on Instagram. That's where you're going to get most of the information about the shows. And you can follow, Broken Home on YouTube. You can find it on your podcast apps as well. And yeah, you can also hit me up at brokeandhome@gmail.com if you want to send us a little email to tell us your own little broke inventions, stories, or just a bitch about something.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to just have an outlet to say, hey, I'm broken. This sucks.
That's it.
I get it.
All right, I'm going to plug my own IG.
Yeah, go for it.
IG.com/NoahMoby. It's on the screen now. This production, Jezza. Isn't it amazing? Here we go. Me recreating VB Longneck. Look at that content. Get up it.
I can only assume it is amazing from my perspective here.
Yeah.
Because I definitely follow my own friend on Instagram. All right, guys. We are going to clock it off there, but we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye, everybody.